maybe you've seen someone interesting at the coffee shop and wanted to say hi, but you got into your head and you talked yourself out of it, and 3 minutes later, you've just been staring at this stranger, they notice it, they think you're weird, your worst nightmares come to be, and you're not able to get out of that mode. Well, I got something for you here in a second. Start your week great. Start your week with a coach. I'm your host, certified high performance coach, Sean Butner, and we're going to talk about something that'll help you advance in your life this week. So let's go. Hey everyone, this is Sean Butner, certified high performance coach, and we're here with Start Your Week with a Coach. This week, we're talking about a simple technique that I really love to get out of my head a lot of the times. So as someone that is a little bit more introverted, that overthinks things all the time, it's such an important thing to have a tool where when you need to be present, when you need to act, when you need to make a decision quick, that you can at least test out and see what your gut says. So, maybe you've put off a decision for way longer than you wanted because you're over analyzing, you kind of have that paralysis through analysis phenomena going on. And so it's good to also have something for that. So, I originally learned this technique that I'll talk about here when I was studying dating, because one, yes, I am a huge nerd. Two, having a greater awareness of social situations, just a web model for me to analytically understand what's going on, and then kind of figuring out that, you kind of have to not need to be perfect in those types of things can really set you free in, asking out that cute person at the coffee shop when, you would get in your head and say, they're going to make fun of me, or I'm going to say something really weird because I do that, But that's also part of my personality, so you're either going to like it or not, and that's a good thing to know up front. But, it's super important, again, to have a technique that'll help you get out of your head like that. So, I use this when I feel like I don't have confidence or I have some self-doubt in a situation. And it's really important, too, that it's not going to be something that you're going to be like this social ace, right? You're going to nail it every time. It's going to be messy. It's going to be awkward. It's going to be a little bit weird, and that's okay, right? That's life. Life's messy, and it's also interesting, right? It can be really, that's, a lot of humor can come from those types of situations. You never know who you're gonna meet. It could be the next great adventure with someone you haven't known, and it all comes down to, were you able to go over and say hi and start a conversation? So here's the technique that I've been alluding to. It's called the 3-second rule, right? And so, it basically, when you want to go talk to someone, or you need to make a decision, maybe you want to jump out of a plane with a parachute because you're doing that and you're the fear is caught in, just do 3, 2, 1 and jump, right? Super simple, super easy like that. And really what it does is it gets you to act, right? And that's why I love this technique, and I think, especially if you are more in your head, to favor action a bit more is a great way to not get stuck. There have been times in my life where I have felt completely stuck because I thought that I'd be able to, do the courageous thing and get up in front of a group of people and share an idea, and then I didn't, and then I beat myself up and you go into this kind of feedback loop where you're not super happy. So, another way to look at it too is, the 3-second rule is akin to when you're playing music live, right? Sometimes it's going to be awkward and going to be weird, like I had mentioned before, but, if you screw up, if something doesn't go as you planned, the key is to not stop everything, because that brings more attention to it. It's to keep performing, and maybe you discover something cool. You learn a new chord progression or new melody, or you change the melody in a way that's even cooler and becomes the favorite, lick or melody of the song. And just like in life, where, if you're awkward socially, but you find a certain phrasing that gets people to laugh, then you have that in your quiver, arrow metaphor, to really use in those types of social situations. So, people love novelty, people love mistakes, and you can't force mistakes, but you can force yourself to be present and to show up and to experience and learn, right? Because if you're awkward, you're stumbling through something, you're getting feedback, you're again figuring out what works, and that's where life really, really happens, I think. That feeling of connectedness, that feeling of awe and connection and joy comes from, showing up. And, you can't show up if you're overanalyzing and thinking about it in your head. So use the 3-second rule to act, get out of your head, and get past being comfortable and into your presence or into the adventure you're about to have. So I'll say that. See you guys next week. This is Sean Butner signing off. Take care.